pleased to present for your consideration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Jabberbox Podcast, episode 14. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Bond, and with me is the Icy Blues of the Desert, the former devil himself, Mr. Dan Singleton.
What's going on, everyone?
If you're joining in for the very first time, then you should know that this show is about the two of us as we ramble on through pop culture topics such as, but not limited to, games, movies, shows, and whatever else we want to talk about. You can get the show over on youtube.com/dandydigital or over on Spotify and iTunes by searching Jabberbox and hitting that subscribe button. If you would like to hear, you're such a dick, dude. Dan messed up my script. So if you would like to hear that and be part of the show, head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital. Now let's get on to the show, asshole.
One day it'll work. I tried to Ron Burgundy him. Again. I'll just keep doing it every few weeks and see where it goes.
One of these days, I will just pretty much say it and not even give a shit. You'll wear me out or wear me down for it, you know?
You'll just see it and be like, you know what? I accept it.
Yeah,
let's just get it over with.
Whatever. Might as well say it. It'll put you at ease for a little while, and then we'll go with it, you know? So how are you doing? How you doing? It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks. You know, we didn't get a chance to jump on last week.
Yep. Apologies to our listeners for that. Life just kind of kicked our ass a bit. So, we didn't get a chance to record last week, but we will make up for it this week. I think right off the bat, we have 2 weeks of crumble cookies to discuss.
Yes. So you want to go ahead and do yours?
So in the past 2 weeks, I have had one crack the top 5.
Wow.
But mostly middle of the road for mine. So
yeah.
The one that cracked the top 5 on my end it was actually this week. It was the No Bake Chocolate Crunch.
Really?
Yep. I liked that one a whole hell of a lot. Certainly my favorite one for the past 2 weeks. Easy.
That one was my least favorite for the week.
The one I had at the bottom for both weeks was cornbread.
Okay.
It tasted like cornbread. I'm not going to argue that, but as a cookie, it was dry and it wasn't what I want a cookie to be. It was dry on my end, and it was not as sweet as I would want a cookie to be.
It's exactly what my experiences with cornbread, and which is why I hate cornbread, it matches it perfectly. It is a little bit dry. It does have a little bit of sweetness to it, but for the most part, I'm like, okay, I'm eating gross. I'm eating something gross, you know? So while Rice Krispie, so I don't know. So the Rice Krispie one isn't necessarily my bottom one because cornbread is my bottom one for the week. But I haven't had a chance to rank them because I'm actually going through them. I fucking destroyed that box this week. You know? It was one of those things where Mary had said that, you know, she's not a big sweets eater, right? So I'm like, okay. And we used to cut it into 4s, and then I'd have half, she'd have half, and we'd do like a quarter at a day. And so when she told me that, she's like, well, I'm not gonna. It was like last week, I think she was struggling to eat hers. She's like, well, I'm not a big sweets person, so once I have a quarter of it, I'm good. I'm like, so I took that to heart. I was like, okay, so this week I ate 3/4 of a fucking cookie. You know, I'm like, okay, whatever. She didn't have this one, so I will leave a quarter, and then I would just move on to the next one. So I think my favorite one was the original with peanut butter M&Ms for this week.
Oh, the peanut butter cookie with peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah, that's my favorite one for the week. Followed by the churro, then cornbread, and then Rice Krispie, the chocolate Rice Krispie.
I was excited for the Rice Krispie because I didn't know what it was going to be the week before. So last week when we didn't get to record, when I went in to pick up that week's cookies, I was standing there waiting for them to get it ready, and UPS rolled in with a couple of dollies of Rice Krispie cereal boxes, like stacked up.
Yeah.
And they just left them there and signed it. And I was like, well, something Rice Krispie is going to be on the menu next week.
Right. That was
And
actually pretty cool. You know,
there it was, the chocolate crunch.
that was like insider information.
Kind of, yeah, a
Not
little
really
bit.
at all. It's just like we just happened to see, or you happen to see what came through. But so what about the week before?
So, what was the week before? Because the 2 weeks are merging in my head.
So
The week
last,
before was sherbet and chocolate chip pumpkin.
yeah, pumpkin chocolate chip, sherbet, blueberry cheesecake, chocolate
yes.
peanut butter.
So, chocolate peanut butter, I thought was good, but it wasn't like amazing. It wasn't anything really that special. My favorite for that week was the blueberry cheesecake,
Which is really good.
but I could have used more blueberry. Like if they had mixed the blueberry into the cream cheese frosting.
Yeah, they do like a little dollop in the middle, and I feel
Yeah.
like because
You know,
and
like-
when we're sharing the cookie, we lose a lot of that flavor. If I was
Yeah.
eating it by myself, it would probably be enough, right? But because we're cutting it down the middle, really the corners of the four, the four quarters were just like a little bit of blueberry. So
yeah, if you mix the blueberry into the frosting, like I said, I think that would have been like the only way you can make that better is to do that.
yeah, but it was still really good.
It was.
I actually got an extra cookie that week. So it
Oh.
was Mary's birthday, and her mom surprised us with a box of cookies. And so she got almost all of them. The only one we didn't get that week was the sugar cookie. So I had the pumpkin chocolate chip. That was my favorite one of the week, followed by sherbet. That one was surprisingly good. It's almost like the cotton candy where it was flavorful, but it wasn't overwhelming.
Okay.
So I really like that one. Then the blueberry cheesecake, a solid third one. Somebody has to be in third place, and that's what it was, even though I really liked the blueberry cheesecake. So that one was really good. Then chocolate peanut butter, that was okay. I think it was a little rich for me, which is a funny thing for me to say for anything sweet. And then the milk chocolate was the one that I had finally. That one actually hit the bottom of the list. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of milk chocolate cookies. It's just the way, the flavor of it. I'm used to like a darker chocolate or, like a darker cocoa chocolate chip. So, but those were my ranks, and I didn't put them in my actual list yet because I've been lazy and also busy at the same time.
Yeah, that chocolate chip pumpkin was number 2, and it was a very close number 2 to that blueberry cheesecake for me because I ate mine probably 60 seconds after it came out of their oven.
Nice.
So it was gooey and flavorful and warm. It was pretty good. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool, man. Well, I need to put mine in my list here, but it's growing.
Yeah, I'm up to 35 cookies tried now.
I'm at
35 flavors.
43.
My
So.
top 5 are dulce de leche, caramel pumpkin, chocolate crunch, buckeye brownie, and banana bread.
Oh shit. I don't know where mine's at yet. I'm still thinking about it. I think the original with the peanut butter M&Ms breaks my top 5.
Oh, wow.
We'll see. Maybe sherbet actually broke into it too. That was my number 5. So I have to really sit down and think about if it's going to take over the sherbet one or not.
Yeah, my bottom 5 are sugar and confetti cake. Though those aren't bad. They're just, I didn't feel like they were anything special.
Right.
Followed by cornbread, pineapple whip, and then the cereal milk sandwich with fruity pebbles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mine's going to be the toffee cookie, the cornbread, the Rice Krispie, the chocolate, the no bake, and then berries and cream and birthday cake.
Okay.
So,
well then,
yeah, it's good I'm having a blast going on.
It's fun to go in there every week and see what they got.
Yeah.
It is really an experience.
Yeah. At this point, it's really ridiculous that I don't have a membership there to earn points. Because the register always asks me if I want to put my phone number in for points. Nah, no thanks. I'm here every fucking week, so
I have $20 to spend because I've been earning the points, and they do a military discount. I think I've mentioned that before.
Nope.
So
that's awesome.
I get that little bit of a discount, and then I'm also getting the loyalty points. So next time I go in, I have like $20 to.
That's a box
to help out. Yeah. It depends on which box you buy.
Well, if it's like a box of 4, it comes out to be like $15.
Yeah, it's like 13 something with the discount on my end. So I could buy like 1.5 So 1.5 weeks.
Fucking A, man. That's awesome. So that's our crumble cookies. I don't really have anything going on in my day to day. It's been kind of just stressful and boring just with life stuff, getting through the birthdays. We have 4 birthdays down on my end, and that was within this month alone, which is fucking crazy.
And then next month.
Yeah. Well, next month isn't so bad, but Halloween, we got to do Halloween on that too. It's really November starts to get a little more packed, and then December is even more packed after that. And so we have 2 holidays, 2 birthdays. November, we have 1 holiday, 3 birthdays. So,
yeah, I've been doing some home upgrades, nothing too fancy, just some lighting upgrades and one lighting repair because the garage door light that is supposed to automatically turn on and off when you open or close. Yeah, it was all screwed up, so I had to fix that and just changed out a couple of light fixtures, upgraded them, made them a little nicer, and changed over to LED for them. So it should save a little bit of money and
get that daylight bulbs.
The one I put in, it's actually adjustable, so you can have it be like the bright white or the warm yellow or whatever you want it to be. You can adjust to whatever you want.
Yeah, I like the bright white.
We're also looking to buy a new TV to match up with with that Series X when it rolls in.
Hell yeah, man! So, what is it? November 11th?
Thereabouts, something like that.
November 8th.
Early to mid-November is my understanding.
Yeah.
But we're looking to get a new TV. We have settled on an OLED TV.
Nice.
Looking at probably a 75, 77 inch.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a new. Don't know yet.
Yeah. Samsung or LG are pretty good.
I think it's probably going to be an LG.
Yeah.
We haven't decided. We haven't bought one yet. We haven't decided for sure yet. Other than we want OLED. That's top of the market right now on quality. And we're gonna upgrade in size because right now we have a 60 inch. I think is what we have. So we're gonna upgrade in size. We're gonna upgrade in quality. We're gonna get a new mount so it's fully tiltable and angle. You can change the angle if you want. And we're also planning, if we're going to be doing all this and like taking stuff off the wall and putting on a new mount, we're also going to paint.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're going to paint the living room and get a little update going in there.
Fucking A, man.
I'm a little
DIYs.
I'm a little nervous spending a lot of money on a TV because kids.
Just don't throw a controller at it.
Hey. To be fair, I've never thrown a controller directly at a television before.
That's true.
That is true.
Just don't throw it at the couch then.
Yeah, I won't throw it at the couch. Especially a new couch that has no give and is very springy and will launch your thrown controller back across the room and into a TV that you just bought 3 weeks ago.
What you need to get is one of those floor standing punching bags.
No, I'd either break it or my hand probably. But I'm worried because of the kids. They're pretty good, but kids are kids. So I could just see hey, I just hung up this brand new TV yesterday. Blah blah. Why the f did you just throw that and of course it hit the TV screen.
Get the warranty.
Yeah, and we'll see.
So that's cool. It sounds awesome. You'll have to let me know how it looks once it's all set up and painted and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a project. It's going to be definitely a whole weekend type of thing.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And November's going to be pretty busy on my end too. Like I'm going to Vegas. We're doing a Friendsgiving with some people I went to school with.
Nice.
Then regular Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's going to
Fucking A, man.
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the month, bleeding over from October into November, I'll be in Texas for a wedding. So it's just going to be a whole thing.
Cool, man. Sounds like you got a lot going on. A lot of cool, exciting things.
I like to think so.
Sweet. So, speaking of exciting things, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct yesterday, and that shit was fucking dope for sure. Nintendo Directs, they're hit or miss. I would think that anything can be hit or miss, but Nintendo's are more lackluster. You know, they probably have like one or two things I'm excited for in a 45-minute conference. But this one, there was only a couple of things that I didn't care about, but a lot of it was fucking neat. So you can see my notes here. I'm not going to go through all of them, of course. So one of the highlights that they showed off was a game called Voice of Cards: The Isle Dragon Roars, which seems really interesting. It looks like a Final Fantasy. You know, it's an RPG, but it's all deck based. So you get all these different cards. Even the story, when they are telling the story, they flip over a card and it has text on there. So you get that with the characters, and it's a deck building, deck playing type game. There is a demo out now. They released it yesterday. I downloaded it. I haven't had a chance to play that yet, so I will get back to everybody on that one. That should be out come October 28th. So we'll see. I mean, my list is starting to pile up for games that are coming out that I want to try out. But it seems really cool the way that they have it set up. So every time you go to a new location, it flips over a card, and then you see like maybe a forest, and then it kind of comes to life, and you know, it explains everything that's going on. It's a really cool thing. If you're listening to it and you like card-based games or RPGs like Final Fantasy, definitely check out the trailer. Check out the demo, because it might be something up everyone's alley. I'm always an advocate for new IPs, so I'm down for that. Another one that they showed off, which looks very fucking adorable, is Chocobo GP. So Chocobo Grand Prix, essentially. It's a Mario Kart knockoff that Square Enix is doing with characters from the Chocobo series, and then there's other Final Fantasy characters that are going to bleed into it. It looks really fucking neat, man. Like if you've seen Mario Kart, you got that vibe. I mean, the way it looks, as long as the kart racers play just as well as Mario Kart, I think this game is going to be really fucking cool. They actually have a 64 player bracket, so you can do tournament racing, which I think was really fucking cool. We got some information on Smash Brothers saying that there's going to be more information coming October 5th. This will be the last fighter that they include into the game. And then Sakurai will be completely done with it, which is crazy. I don't even know how many characters there are now. So let's see, like the roster, I want to say it's like 70 characters.
Damn.
Yeah. It is a lot of characters, man. So it's cool that we're getting it. There's 81 characters right now in that game.
That's a whole lot of IP right there.
Yeah. And so we get one more. So they're going to have a total of 82 characters in this game before they're done, creating new characters. They'll support it for a little bit, but like, I don't know how you're going to follow that up, if you're going to, or this could be the final one, but it's so popular that somebody's going to pick up the mantle and run with it. So we'll see.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes, but it's pretty neat, man. Recently they added Steve and Alex from Minecraft, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy, Kazuya from Tekken. So shit like that. So, I mean, they have all kinds of people. Mega Man, Sonic, the Pokemon, which is all Nintendo. They have some of the other random ones, like the guys from Castlevania, Cloud from Final Fantasy. So it's pretty cool to be able to pick up all these characters and run with them. So we'll talk about that more in October. One of the games that did pop up was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That is it's Kirby's first open world game. It's going to be like any of the 3D Mario games, that allow you to run around. So it's kind of like Mario Odyssey or Mario 3D World. That's the vibes that it was giving me. Looks really fucking neat. That's going to be coming out spring 2022. With the whole Knights of the Old Republic coming out, so they just announced a remake, right, for the PlayStation one, but they're bringing the original over to the Nintendo Switch. That comes out November 11th. I'm going to be picking that up because I do want to check that out again because it's been a number of years since I've played that. So that was pretty cool. And then, we got some information on Metroid Dread, which comes out October 8th. One of the big things I was very excited about, to where I'm clapping like an idiot in my own room by myself, is that Nintendo has their own online service, much like Xbox does, much like PlayStation does, right? Right now it's $20 a year or $35 for the family plan. The prices are obviously going to go up with this, but they're bringing Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games to their online service, which is really fucking neat, man. So they not only are they doing that, right? They are bringing Bluetooth controllers to the Nintendo Switch for Sega Genesis and the Nintendo 64. And a lot of these, so like did I show you my NES ones that I have that you slide on the sides?
Yep.
So I still have to get the Super Nintendo ones, right? And I only need 2 of those because that console only had 2, but certain games are going to allow 4 players for Nintendo 64, which is really fucking cool. So they have, coming out, they said later this year. They haven't given us, it says coming late October, actually. So the games that they're going to launch with the Nintendo 64 online for the Nintendo online service, we have Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Winback, Covert Operatives, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and Sin and Punishment, which we never got here in the States. So that's pretty
barrel roll.
Dude, that's a solid fucking lineup for Nintendo 64. They've already stated there's 3 more games coming out that they teased us, one of them being Majora's Mask, which is really fucking cool. And they haven't revealed the other 2 titles for the 64. Now, with the Sega Genesis, which is going to be cool, we got Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, or Hard Corpse, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, which is a pretty cool game, Musha. We also have Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, which is a really fucking cool Genesis game. If nobody's played it, I know it's like one of those hidden gems. Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, and Strider. So those are just a couple games that are coming out, with the services.
No Echo the Dolphin?
No, it's on there. Echo the Dolphin's on there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So we will be getting that. And that comes out October as well. So that's pretty cool. And then they're going to change the tiers. Like I said, they're going to charge a little bit more, which is completely fine.
It's still way under all the other services.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you bumped it up $20 more and it's $40 for a year, that's still cheaper than Xbox and PlayStation, So
by far.
Yeah. And you're getting all these fucking awesome games. You're getting NES games, which they have a huge fucking library for that right now. SNES games, now the Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games. That's pretty fucking cool. And so I hope that they bring a lot more. I think they're bringing Paper Mario from 64 on there, which I think that's the only Paper Mario I haven't played. So that's going to be one of my earlier games that I jump into.
Top priority.
Yeah. I mean, when they bring it, I think the first game I'm going to jump into is, Ocarina of Time. I want to play that, the 64 version. So
I always say, man, nostalgia's a thing.
it really is. So that was my big thing. I was actually pretty stunned about that. I know a lot of us have been thinking, that they're going to be doing like a Nintendo 64 mini, kind of like the SNES and the NES one, which they still could, just because of that nostalgia. But I'm stoked that they're bringing that to the Switch. So I'm going to be able to play all these fucking games on the go that, anytime I want to. So that was pretty awesome. I can't wait to get the controllers. The controllers going to be $50 each. So it is going to take me a little bit of time to get, but being able to have a 64 controller in my hand and play this, 64 version of Zelda on there, it brings me back to being a kid.
For sure. Oh yeah. That's cool that they're doing that and bringing out the controllers that were intended for those games.
Right, exactly. And the Sega Genesis one, they're going to be doing another controller. I can tell you that right now. So the one that they have is the 3-button one, the 3-button Genesis controller. And I know that they had come out with one that had the 6-button one. That could probably be something that they bring out when they start upgrading or adding more games to that. So, dude, it's pretty cool. I can't wait to try that out. The other thing that they're bringing to the Switch, which is available yesterday, and that I'm going to have to pick up, is the Castlevania Game Boy Advance collection. So it's 3 games that they put on a single game that you can run through. These are some of the best Castlevania games out there, aside, right next to the DS games, which is really fucking cool. You're going to be able to do different features on this one, such as, rewind and save states, which is really cool. So you don't have to wait to find a save room, or if you die and you're like, what the fuck? I could have beat that boss, but I had to do something stupid, or, I sneezed and I died. I can hit pause and reverse it, back to right before he killed me. And then I can avoid that, which is really cool. I've actually been doing that on the NES games that are on the Switch, playing Mario, because I'm terrible at Mario. So it's nice that when I fuck it up, I can reverse it back, up to 10 seconds and then, try to adjust it. So
mulligan.
Right. So that's really cool. And they have unlockable art that you can get in these games. So once they put that out there, my thing was give me the Game Boy Advance and even the PlayStation version, but give me the Final Fantasy Tactics collection. Give me it. I want it. Give me it.
You should send him a strongly worded email.
I should. I'm going to write to my congressman. So they showed that off. They showed off a bunch of different sizzle reel games, which was, neat. But they showed off the trailer finally for Bayonetta 3, which is really fucking cool. We've been waiting on that since 2017 when they just showed us the title. We actually got a full trailer for it, so we got to see the character in action. She has a different, look, new powers. Very fucking cool. That's going to be coming out in 2022. And so I need to get back to beating Bayonetta 2. I didn't actually beat that one yet. So I'll do that. But the other thing that has the internet up in
it's
confusion.
I would say the internet is in a tizzy.
It really is. And I see that it's on here, and it's going to kind of blend a little bit into the movie one. But Shigeru Miyamoto came out and stated that we have information that they can provide us for the new Nintendo Illumination partnership movie for Mario, which I was interested in. At first I was skeptical because I don't like Despicable Me. I don't like the Minion movies. I don't think Illumination has actually done a movie up until last Christmas where I actually gave a shit about them. So I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But it made sense because Illumination is a family-oriented company, and Nintendo's going to lean right into that. So we're getting a animated Mario movie that comes out December 21st for the US. It's going to be in theaters. A trailer's coming soon, they said, but they did showcase the voice actors. What do you think of that?
Yeah, the cast.
Yeah.
I think it has. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
So we're
like,
not.
I think the highlight for me is Charlie Day as Luigi and Jack Black as Bowser.
Yeah.
I think that's my highlights.
And Michael Keegan.
Michael Key.
Yeah. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna turn Toad around for a lot of people. A lot of people hate Toad because he's obnoxious, but I think he's gonna be very funny if they do it right.
The one I think I'm most skeptical on
Chris Pratt
is no, not even that. I think he's professional enough that he'll get it. I do. I think he'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm actually, and this isn't going to be a main character by any means, so it's not the end of the world. But Fred Armisen, Cranky Kong, we'll see.
I think he's going to be good. So let me see if I can pull up the list here.
And Anya Taylor-Joy, Queen's Gambit.
She's gonna be Princess
Queen's
Peach.
Gambit fame, Princess Peach, and we'll also have Sebastian Maniscalco, Calco as Spike, Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek.
See, I'm not familiar with him as an actor, so I don't know anything about that. So we have Chris Pratt for Mario. People are in a tizzy for that one because they don't understand. We're not sure how he's going to do his voice, right?
He said he's working on it. He said,
I will give him the benefit of a doubt. You know what I mean? I liked him. I liked him in the Lego movie. I like him in, Parks and Rec. I like him in the Marvel movies. So I think, I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt. I mean, I liked Benedict Cumberbatch, for the Grinch movie, which that was the movie that Illumination did last Christmas that I actually really enjoyed.
Well, there you go.
So we got Mario, Chris Pratt, Luigi's Charlie Day, like you said, Princess Peach, Anya Taylor-Joy, Bowser is Jack Black, Donkey Kong is Seth Rogen. So I hope we hear him laugh because that would just be really fucking funny to me. We have Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Cranky Kong is Fred Armisen, which I think he's going to be fine with that one. You have Kamek, which is the little wizard turtle that flies around with Bowser. That's the Kevin Michael Richardson, and then Spike is Sebastian Maniscalco. So
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not that concerned about it personally.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I'm hopeful. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun movie. I don't know if I'll see it in theater. I hope they fast track it home. Well, but we'll see. I mean, a lot can happen in a year. Everything might actually be okay next year by the time this rolls out.
No, true.
So, but yeah, man. So that was like the whole Nintendo thing. It was really fucking cool. I was very excited about it. I really want to get my hands on those controllers. I can't wait to play 64 games on my Switch. aside from that, man, what have you been playing?
Been pretty busy, so it's been limited mostly to mobile gaming. I've really stepped up on Clash of Clans again.
Yeah.
I've been playing that quite a bit. I've also so in the past I have talked about the game Dominations, which is very, very similar to Clash of Clans. I have to say, the game has turned into a giant pile of dog shit. Fuck that game. Don't play it. Don't waste your time. It's broken as hell. And they have essentially refused to fix it. I have sent them emails like, hey, what's going on? These are the problems I'm experiencing.
Right.
And they replied basically with, we'll forward this on to our development team and maybe they'll get to it. Here's 150 of our premium in-game dollars to compensate you, which is not that much. And it's just like, well, okay, that's cool. Thanks. But 150 of these, they call them crowns in the game. 150 crowns doesn't fix your fucking game. Like, it's literally unplayable at the point in the game where I am.
So where are you at in the game?
I am halfway through the Gunpowder Age.
So what's the issue?
Well, there's an issue apparently with one of the army units. So if you attack somebody and you don't completely wipe out all of their defenses, you lose your entire army. The problem is that while you're fighting, the game will just randomly disconnect for no fucking reason whatsoever, and you lose everything. And some units you earn over time, like you'll get it in like a random crate or something that shows up every day. So some of these units are not regularly available to the level you may be at. So, like, I'm in the Gunpowder Age, which I think is supposed to be late 1700s to like early 1800s.
Okay,
that's like the time frame that you're looking at. And I had an attack helicopter, right? Like, imagine if Napoleon had fucking attack helicopters. That's what I had, which isn't regularly available to that level. But because the game randomly crashed, I lost them and I can't get them back. Nothing I can do about it. So that's one problem I'm having. There's also you can build something called a museum, and you can collect these things called mysterious fragments, and then you can build artifacts from history with these things. Well, I don't think the game recognizes that this thing is built for me. I can't collect these fragments. I can't build the artifacts. It won't work at all. There's a thing where you can watch an ad once a day.
Right.
It's like a 30-second ad, and it'll give you a free artifact. I've tried using that. It doesn't even work. So the game is just completely broken. So trying to advance from here, I can't attack to earn extra resources because it just crashes and I lose everything anyway. I can't collect the artifacts or the mysterious fragments so that I can start building up those bonuses as I move up, because those bonuses will be important to try to get an edge on who you're attacking or who you're defending from. So the game is basically unplayable for me at this point moving forward.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck. It really pisses me off, especially how nonchalant they fucking responded. Like, oh, here's 150 crowns. Have a good one, fuckface. Like, that doesn't fix the problem.
Right.
That just actually makes it worse, because now you're just saying, hey, spend some more of our premium dollars and get a little bit further and spend more of your time to go nowhere.
Right.
No thanks. I'm aces. Thanks though.
Yeah. So when are you dropping off? You already delete it?
I will. I'm probably going to be deleting it shortly. Yeah.
That sucks, man. It's never good when you come across a game that does that.
Yeah.
So
other than that, I've kept my streak alive for my puzzle game that I play every day. I'm now up to 1,718 consecutive days.
Damn.
Which goes back about November of 2016, I think.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Keep at it, man. How long do you think you're going to go about doing that one?
Till I either fuck up one day and forget to do it, or I decide to just stop. But I don't have any reason to do that, either of those things right now. It's literally become part of like just habit and routine.
Yeah, makes
sense.
My
alarm goes off, I roll over, I hit snooze, and then I work on my daily puzzles during that snooze period, and I slowly wake up and get my brain going. And then once the snooze goes off again, it's like, okay, well, time to roll.
Hell yeah, man. I miss having games like that. I had a game called Smart As on the PlayStation Vita.
Mm-hmm.
That was my alarm. So you can set an alarm clock on there, and they made it a mini game. You had to try to get out of bed and hit, accept or whatever the button was, and you were racing the clock and 10 other people or 9 other people. So there was 10 of us, and it would rank you, like who got there first and did all that. And then they did like little brain teasers, which that one was really fucking cool. I did enjoy that one. So
that's pretty good for the right person that's hyper competitive. That is That's
and yeah,
pretty
and
good.
they give you like trophies and stuff for that. So it's like wake up every day, for 365 days. And and they only counted it when you got there before the timer ran out. So when the alarm goes off, you have a certain timer. If you don't make it, it restarts it, which is fine. Yeah. So you're like, I got to get my ass up. You know what I mean? And so there were a couple days I fucked that up because I had it across the room to try to get me out of bed as opposed to rolling over and hitting snooze.
Speaking of trophies and achievements, though, you're still trucking along on your month of achievements, aren't you?
I haven't, so I started playing Tales of Arise. So that just came out. So I was playing that on the PlayStation. Then I picked up Toem, which was a cute little, laid back adventure game. Where you're essentially you play in these little dioramas, right? So It's black and white, and they're puzzles. It's a puzzle game essentially. So you're going around and you're talking to different people, and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for my friends," and they're playing hide and seek. And so you climb up on top of a tower and you look with your camera and you take pictures of them and turn that in. So I did that. It's something you can knock out in 3-4 hours. So I did that. I got 100% on that one. I tried to see if there was if that game was on the Xbox, because I was going to pick it up on the Xbox and run through it again, because it's a nice game, but I wanted those achievements, but it's not. It's only on the Switch and the PlayStation right now. So I played that, and then Kena Bridge of Spirits, or Kena Bridge of Spirits just came out as well. And I've been very much looking forward to this game since they did the PlayStation 5 reveal showcase. That was one of the games they highlighted. It's done by Ember Labs. They are an animation studio that decided to make a video game. And it does have its issues, but for its first time out, it looks, like a Pixar movie. Right. Okay. And like, it's neat, man. You're playing this girl who, starts finding these little creatures called rots. Right. And, you're a spirit guide. You're essentially helping these spirits that you find in this area find peace. And a lot of the world is covered in like poison. Right. So it has like these weird, gross, bulbous growths all over the place. And so you're attacking these spirits, and you have a bunch of bosses that you fight. And once you defeat them, you can cleanse the area. So it turns all, green grass and blue waters and everything like that. It's a really charming game. So I've been trying to play through that. I turned off my PlayStation off the internet and auto updates because there's a glitch. So for the whole trophy list, it's all doable things, right? It's defeat this this boss, defeat this boss, defeat that boss. Okay. Collect this weapon, collect that weapon, yada, yada. Right.
Like almost unmissable kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's that. But then you also have like, find all the creatures, find all these rots that, will help you in battle. So there's a bunch of collectibles that you can do as well. So you have to do that. And then, attack enemies with certain weapons and, upgrade your character to the fully. It's the basic video game stuff. Very doable. I'm like, great, I'm going to get a platinum on this. And then I see the last trophy, beat the game on master difficulty. And I can't tell you how fucking much difficulty trophies are, or achievements, or whatever. That shit is bullshit, right? So I was like,
sounds
all right.
Sounds like the Aliens Fire Team achievement for beating it on insane or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever do that. It doesn't matter if and this could be completely different. We might actually be able to do that if we play it long enough and we level up all our shit, and we have it down pat. Randall was telling me about that game where he's like, there's certain ways to go about doing some of these levels because he's been looking into it. So it becomes like a raid almost. So I don't think I'll actually do it in Aliens, but for Kena Bridge of Spirits, there was a trophy hunter on Twitter, and he posted that there was a glitch for master difficulty. So what you do is you beat the game, but before you do your final meditation to release all the spirits in the world, you save the game. Right? So then you beat it, and then once you roll the credits, it'll say, hey, you've unlocked master difficulty. Great. Let me start master difficulty. As soon as it starts doing master difficulty, like the story, you hit pause, you hit load game, and you select the game that you saved right before you rolled credits. And then the game registers that you're opening that file again, but because you started master mode, it makes that a master mode. And then you just sit down, do the meditation, and then you'll get credit for beating it on master mode.
Crafty.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I turned off my PlayStation off the internet and auto updates. So I'm playing through that so I can do it because I'm just running through it on easy. Right. And then I don't need to get the collectibles or anything. I could just, do whatever I need to do, play it naturally, beat the game, get that trophy for master mode. And then I can go back on easy and then find all my collectibles and I'll pop the platinum eventually. So
nice.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking tricky.
They'll fix that. They will. So you got to be. Well, it says you say you disconnected it from updates, so that's good. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a race against the clock.
Yeah, no, I don't want to rush it like that. So, because you don't know, like they could update it tonight, and then I'm fucked. So, I'm like, nah, I don't want to risk that. So that I'll be playing that this weekend too, a little bit, before I have to run out and do my errands and all the adult stuff. But that's what I've been playing, man. It's really cool. Check out the trailer for that one. It looks charming, and I like the animated style of it.
I'll give it a gander.
So that's what I've been playing. That's what you've been playing. That's what's coming out in gaming. What have you been watching, buddy? Dan? I know we've been watching a lot of TV here and there.
Lots of TV. So on my end, I finished Daredevil season 2.
Ooh, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. Oh no, I'm sorry, not season 2, season 3. I finished season 3. I watched season 2 of Runaways, and I'm in season 2 of Punisher. That's why I was on the season 2 mindset. So no, I pushed through Daredevil season 3, finished that up, pushed through, and trust me when I say I pushed through Runaways season 2. Runaways is the second worst show in the MCU, in my opinion. I know a lot of people rant and rave about how amazing it is, but it's just so fucking cringy to me. I'm only doing it because I'm too far along at this point to not watch all of it.
Right.
And then this morning, actually, I just started Punisher season 2. So I'm 2 episodes deep into that, about to watch episode 3. I'm really digging the Punisher show. Yeah.
Nice.
And I think that the casting in that was well done.
Have you been keeping up with Marvel's What If?
I have not. So on the list that I have, What If falls in later. Well,
that's different though, because it doesn't fall into anything.
I know that it's technically not timeline sensitive, and it's alternate to other things.
Yeah.
But I haven't been keeping up on it. I watched the first episode just to get a feel for it, and then I'm gonna get to it when it comes up in my list.
You're missing out, man. Like, I know you're going to catch up to it, but this week it was a story for Thor. That is my favorite episode. It is so fucking funny. I liked everything that they did, so I don't want to tell you more. And I'm sure if you're online, you might see some spoilers, but that one is my favorite one. Next to the Marvel Zombies they did like 2 weeks ago. So, and the Doctor Strange one was really good too. So you're like, if you're finding yourself, that you get that, wild hair and you want to jump into it, I recommend it. It's really fucking cool, and you're not spoiling anything in any of the shows or movies that you're watching. So,
yeah, I'm definitely getting close on catching up overall. After the Punisher, it is Jessica Jones season 3. Then I'm back into the movies with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then Infinity War. Then I'll be finishing up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which that will take some time because there's 3 seasons of it that fall in it's post snap.
Okay.
So there's 3 seasons of that I'll have to watch. That's all post snap. Then Runaways season 3. But there it is. I'm gonna do it. And then Endgame. So I'm catching up. I'm getting there.
I will catch up to you. We just watched Black Panther last weekend, and we're going to be watching this weekend. We're going to be watching Doctor Strange, and then I think Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, Homecoming.
Then Thor Ragnarok is right after that for the movies.
Yep. So that's where I'm at in my watch through for the movies, because we're not watching the TV shows. So we'll definitely catch up with all those TV shows you're going through. We'll catch up, and if we don't, I'm not sure how we're gonna end it. Clearly it's not a race because we're watching at our leisure, but we'll either finish up right after you do, the same time. You know what I mean? It's gonna be it's that close window where it's just it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm done with all my movies, and I'm still catching up. It's gonna be neck and neck essentially at that point. It's gonna be a photo finish.
Especially with all the holidays and events that we're going to be having to deal with soon.
So I know that's going to slow things down, but I also have a bunch of time off work. And I think at a certain point, I'm just going to take off 2 weeks at a time. And then just, we'll see. I mean, that's me. I'm taking off the 2 weeks. That doesn't, necessarily mean everybody else is. So we'll see.
I'm pretty sure my biggest hurdle next is going to be Runaways season 3, because not only am I not a huge fan of the Runaways show as it is, but Cloak and Dagger show up in season 3 of that show. So it's just like, oh god, it's a mix of my least favorite and second least favorite things in the MCU. Fuck. Yeah,
and I think what's going to stop us from catching up actually faster is holiday movies. Those are coming in, We have Halloween next month, so we're gonna start watching I don't watch all of them. I watch there's a couple that I'll watch. I need to watch Amityville Horror, the remake with Ryan Reynolds. I need to watch The Shining. So I like some of those, but if we don't finish it come Christmas or December, then it's really gonna be put on hold, because there's a lot of Christmas movies that I like to watch, which we'll discuss later.
What is that? There is a movie that came out
starring that one guy.
No, so have you watched The Boys?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not directly related to that, but everybody says this is what Homelander was as a kid. It's basically like, what if Superman came here and was evil?
Red Sun?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. The DC movie?
No, I don't think it's...
No, because and I don't necessarily think he was evil, but when Superman crash landed here on Earth, he didn't land in Kansas or wherever, or Oklahoma, wherever he lands. He lands in Russia.
Oh, it was Brightburn. That's what it was called. I just looked it up. The movie is called Brightburn, and apparently it's not like a new movie. I've seen clips of it. That's how I kind of came across it.
Huh.
And it came out in 2019. I just recently learned about it, so that's why I'm bringing it up. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like it's interesting.
And they're doing a sequel.
It has Elizabeth Banks as the mother, and the things I've seen of it, the clips I've seen, it's basically if Superman was evil, they show him killing his dad and killing cops and destroying a house, and there's nothing anybody can fucking do about it.
and it's done by James Gunn.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to check that out. That might be something. So it's like a horror style then.
Kind of. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it. I've just seen these clips that pop up. That popped up actually on my Facebook feed once. I was like, "What is Elizabeth Banks? What's this?" And yeah, that's
all right. I'll watch it next month. I'll toss that in my October movies since I don't have a whole lot of those.
Yeah. So the story here's the 1-paragraph storyline. After a difficult struggle with fertility, Tori Breyer's dreams of motherhood come true with the arrival of a mysterious baby boy. Brandon appears to be everything Tori and her husband Kyle ever wanted: bright, talented, and curious about the world. But as Brandon nears puberty, powerful darkness manifests within him, and Tori becomes consumed by terrible doubts about her son. Once Brandon begins to act on his twisted urges, those closest to him find themselves in grave danger.
Huh. Sounds interesting. And it looks interesting. I'm looking up the shit on here.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to give it a legitimate watch now that I just recently became aware of it.
Yeah. I saw that they were doing a sequel. But, yeah, I'll check that out, and then we can talk about it. So let's put that on the docket for watching it in October.
Yeah, that could definitely be a good October Halloween movie, even though I won't be here for Halloween.
Well, no, but we could do it earlier in the month.
Yeah,
for
sure. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a Halloween thing.
For our listeners, just a heads up, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do, but I will not be here for a couple of weeks toward the end of October. So just wanted to make sure everyone was aware that we're going to try to get something out, but no promises. Just be aware that there's a lot going on our end personally, and we'll try to get done what we can.
Fucking A, man. So, I watched Star Wars Visions, right? On top of the What If. So that was okay. I liked half of them. The other half, it was just like, these suck.
Are these on Disney Plus?
They are Disney Plus. It just came out Wednesday, and I watched all of them while working. I put the iPad already up. Well, because they're not long. They're anywhere from 13 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So they're like shorts almost.
Yeah, it's a series that's anthology. They there's 9 episodes done by 7 different studios. Some of them I did not like at all. I think like one of the last ones there was it followed like Astro Boy, if you're familiar with that, or like a Mega Man, where this little droid boy has a doctor next to him who looks like Dr. Light or whatever, and the droid wants to be a Jedi, and I hated that one. There's one of the first ones they did, it was called The Duel. That one was pretty cool. It was a hand-drawn, like gritty Japanese style, samurai story, where the Jedi fought the Sith. So some of them are really cool. One of my biggest problems I had with a lot of the episodes, even the ones that I did like, was that all these they're very anime in a way that I even struggle with. So I don't think you would like it at all, where they have like these crazy big, they're outside of like a Star Wars mythos almost, where these, like one of them was a special crystal that could destroy a planet, yada yada. So one of the Sith Lords defected and he put it in his lightsaber, and then the lightsaber fucking was like the biggest thing ever, and he was able to somehow breathe in space, and he was standing on top of his X-Wing, and the droid essentially went into hyperspace, and it helped him slice the Star Destroyer in half. I was like, I hate that shit. It's cool, but that would be cool if it was part of that world. You don't do that in Star Wars, So I struggled with a lot of them, but there was other ones that were really good. So if you're interested in watching the ones that are really, that I liked, I can give you the list of, what they're about. I kind of was taking notes on them, like a brief, what it was about, like a brief synopsis. And then I put like an X for the ones I didn't like and a check mark for the ones I did like. So I have that.
Yeah, Shane was mentioning these too, and he quite enjoyed several of them, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
I think he was very similar to you though, whereas it wasn't all of them, right?
Yeah. I don't think everybody's going to like all of them. Do what?
Am I remembering that conversation correctly?
Yeah. He likes some. I think he watched like 4 of them, when he was talking to us in the group chat. But yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like we were talking about Visions. So, aside from that, man, I got caught up in the dumbest fucking show on Netflix. Something that I was trying to stay away from because I was like, this sounds completely fucking stupid. I started watching The Circle. Have you heard of this?
Maybe. I don't think so.
So it's a Netflix original TV show. The Circle, it's a game show. You can win $100,000 at the end, right? You're put into an apartment by yourself, and there's 8 of you, and you can't talk to anybody. You can create a profile online, so you can catfish if you wanted to, or you could be yourself or be some sort of extension of yourself. And you're trying to become the most popular person because you want to become an influencer. And once you're an influencer, you can talk with the other influencer and try to kick somebody out of the group. So it's kind of like Survivor, you know what I mean? Or any of those game shows, You Are the Weakest Link, you know what I mean? So they do these games, they play these games amongst themselves, and it is the dumbest fucking thing. But Mary's brother and sister-in-law was telling us about it, and I was like, okay, well, we'll watch 3 episodes. If we don't like it, which is generally my rule, 3 to 4 episodes for whatever. If we don't like it, we'll just stop and ignore it. But I got caught up and I was like, you want to watch another one? You want to watch another one? So I'm watching like this crazy weird drama and these people like trying to pretend like they're slick, and some people are being outed. So as of right now, we watched all of season 1, which is only like 13 episodes, but they're 45 minutes each. I watched all of season 2, and we're 3 episodes into season 3. Like,
I've never heard of it before you brought it up. I just looked it up while you were talking. This show looks awful.
Yeah, man, it is not something that I'm going to be like, everyone should watch I'm not going to advocate for people watching this, but it is something that I'm watching. And I'm like, if you want to watch something and be completely mindless and, it's a stupid show. It really is, but it is a fun show to the point where like Mary and I sit there. I'm like, okay, if we were on there, what would we do? And yada, yada. So we play that little game on the couch, which is, pretty fun for us. If you get kicked off, you get a chance to go see somebody. And then, you could either you go see the person that you were connecting with the most and be like, hey, sucks that I'm leaving, but it's good to see you. Or you can go see the people that kicked you off and be like, what the fuck, and face them. It's like I said, it's dumb, but I can't stop watching it. And we'll probably be finishing season 3 not too long from here. It'll probably be like another week and I will be done with it. So
ridiculous.
Yeah. And it'd probably be like in 2-3 weeks, we would have watched all 3 seasons. So if I had a guilty pleasure TV show, it has now been replaced with The Circle.
The Circle. Okay, well.
Now I did like some of the people. I'm actually thinking about reaching out to some of the contestants and see if we can get them on this show. Because there's one from season 1, Chris Sapphire. He was just enjoyable to watch, man. Like he's
If we went that route, that means I would have to watch that show in preparation.
You don't have to. I mean, I can just talk to the guy, but
that could be part of the fun, right? Like, I've never seen your show. I have no idea what you're talking about. And,
right. Yeah. Or you can watch, I'm sure like YouTube has, like The Circle in 7 minutes or whatever, so they can talk about it. But there's a couple that we really enjoyed, a couple people we really liked. So at the point, like I started following the guy on Instagram. So I'm thinking about seriously reaching out to him and be like, hey, can we have you on the show and talk to you? Because I think that'd be just fun. So if it forces you to watch season 1 at least, then so be it. But like I said, it is mindless. I mean, you're watching Cloak and Dagger. You can watch The Circle just fine, But it's like any other reality show, everybody's obnoxious for the most part. 'Cause I think they have to like overdo it a little bit, where it's like, I get it, they're yelling and they're apart. Oh shit, it's just being those types of people. And I think some of these people are like that, on a normal basis, and then other ones just kind of crank it up for the show. I'm sure if I were to get on that show, I would be, a little bit of that, but it's fun. Some people I'm just like, you suck, man. I hate these guys. I hate these people so much. And then there's other people I really like. So
yeah, one of Jessica's guilty pleasures is Big Brother, and I can't. I just can't do it. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much.
Yeah.
It's just manufactured artificial drama.
Yeah.
For eyeballs, and I will not. No.
Yeah.
My eyeballs will not be in that count.
Everybody has that show, like I know somebody who's really big into The Bachelor. They watch and The Bachelorette, like that is their fucking thing, that they are genuinely into. And, when I worked at the cafe downtown, right out of high school, the owner, he was really a fitness person. So he loved The Biggest Loser. Like him and his wife just fucking ate that shit up. And I thought I was above it, but I'm not. I just had to wait for that right show to fucking sink its teeth into my neck. And The Circle did it.
I'm not above it or below it. I'm just avoiding
it was one of those things where it's like, I hate reality shows for the most part, but certain ones will get me. I liked Hell's Kitchen. I still like Hell's Kitchen, even though I don't watch it. It's one of those things that like, hey, if it's on, I'll watch it. You don't need to know what's happening to see people get screamed at and fuck up making food. So I do that, but this one being like, it's the social media popularity thing, like that shit, I'm not into at all. But for some reason, I am very much into it for the show.
Yeah, I think the closest I've ever come to enjoying one is, and it's not really, I mean, it's, I guess, a reality show, but it's more of a game show.
Bridezilla.
Really, but it's The Greatest Race.
Okay. Yeah. So it depends on how you do it, man. If you find it like at this point, we're all getting older. I don't give a shit anymore.
No, I'm sorry.
Like,
The Amazing Race, not The Greatest. The Amazing Race.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just like if you enjoy it, if you enjoy that song or that musician or that TV show or that movie, then fucking enjoy it. So I'll send you the trailer for season 1 of The Circle so you can see the bullshit that I'm watching. But it's one of those things, man, where it's like work sucks. I fucking hate. I'm like miserable all day, and so afterwards I'll just lay on the couch and I watch this show, and it's bringing me some level of joy. So I'm not sorry.
Yeah. Did you hear about what they did to Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, well, yeah. At the time, before we started, you brought that up, which
I brought it up.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah,
like that's a shame. It's fucking.
They're rewriting the character, basically.
Censorship culture. That's what it is now. It's like
they took her out of the ride at Disneyland. I guess she used to be tied up and in the trunk of a car in the ride, which links to the movie. And now they've kind of like rebranded her as a private investigator, and she's in this big bulky trench coat, and everything's all covered up now. And it's like, well, that's not really the character, nor is it even really the point of the character.
Right.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
They're just rewriting and getting rid of and womp womp.
Yeah. That's kind of like, what we were saying, with the whole Star Wars thing with Boba Fett, and the, how Disney doesn't even do Slave Leia stuff anymore because so they took that away. So she, you can't purchase anything where it's, action figures or posters or statues. If it has Slave Leia or Leia in her slave outfit, they don't do that anymore. And then they just changed Boba Fett's ship, so it used to be called the Slave One. And then they put out a Lego set that was just Boba Fett's ship, which a lot of people noticed right away. And now they've redubbed it Fire Spray. So this character who's had this ship this entire time, it was his father's ship. He's, like, I get why you're changing it, but don't just change the name then, just like blow, like Boba Fett's getting ready to come out with his own TV show on Disney Plus. You could put him in a situation where somebody just obliterates that ship. So Slave One becomes no more, and then he gets another ship, and it happens to be Fire Spray. I feel
like that'd be a good way to appease both sides, right? Like,
yeah,
you have the people that have been fans forever that are like, no, it's always going to be Slave One. I don't care what you say. You can call it Fire Spray if you want. It's always going to be Slave One to me.
Right.
But there's ways to make both happen. You don't have to rewrite and erase shit.
Yeah. You could destroy that ship, which would suck. And that would make people mad, but that's part of the story. Not you know what I mean? Like, it's just like everybody using Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I mean, it was Anakin's lightsaber, and then Luke got it and had his hand cut off, and then other people had it, and yada yada. It's all part of the story,
right?
So they destroyed that in the Star Wars movies. When Rey and Kylo Ren were trying to grab it using the Force, and they ripped it apart. So you could easily destroy a spaceship and have him do a new one. So plus, it would give you more product for people to buy, and it would discontinue those ships, so that Lego ship that everybody has, that's Boba Fett's Slave One ship, is discontinued, and it would raise the price or raise the worth of it. And then now you have this new collectible. It's the first ever Boba Fett's second ship, Fire Spray, and I don't know.
And they could have redesigned it to do a lot of other things that they want to explore, but here we are.
Yeah. So whatever, man. Whatever.
I have that. I mean, that's a real thing where the value of something goes up when Disney's just like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. Because I have that Slave Leia statue, and it like a little more than doubled in value almost overnight when they announced that they were going to not do that anymore.
So just hold on to it. Because in 30 years, that thing is going to only go up in price,
Pretty much. Yeah, for sure.
So,
because it's not one of those cheap plastic ones. It's one of the nice Gentle Giant statues.
Yep. So that's like when they purchased Star Wars from Lucas and they wiped out all the EU, the expanded universe. Right. They took out, I have action figures. I have a Jason Solo action figure that's in a box, and in its case, it's unopened. That's his first and only fucking toy. That's all I ever wanted was a Jason Solo toy, and they gave me one, and I was like, okay, I want two, which I only ever got one, but I was like, I want to keep one in the box and then one I can open. I never got one that I can open, and thankfully I didn't open the one I have because that was the only. Then they wiped them out. They turned him into a Ben Solo, the Kylo Ren horseshit character. So I have that.
I just hopped onto Amazon just to, out of curiosity, look for Slave One Lego sets.
Yeah.
I see $740, $399, $696, and these are not large sets. These are not like the collector's Millennium Falcon size.
Yeah, they were probably something that was $80.
Yes, they were 50 to 80, maybe $100 if for one of the like 1,000-piece ones.
Yeah,
and now they're going for $400 to $800 depending on which version it is.
Yeah. So, I got those Kotobukiya statues. I have Jaina Solo, so it's Han Solo's daughter. I have that statue, and I have Mary Jade, which was Luke Skywalker's wife. So. And that was nice because that one, I bought that as soon as I heard that they were buying it and they discontinued those. I found it at a comic shop and they didn't up the price yet. So I was able to buy that for $60.
Nice.
Yeah. So nice. I bet you, let me look on that, right? So you said that you were looking on eBay for yours?
Yep. That was just a curiosity thing. Like those prices rival the ultimate Millennium Falcon, which is $800.
Yeah. Yeah, so that statue, that figure. All right, we're back. We had our program crashed on us while we were in the middle of talking. So sorry about that. If there is going to be like a little jump on there. So when we were talking about our Star Wars stuff that was now, worth money on eBay that has been discontinued. So we apologize about that.
Our bad.
Yeah. So what we were saying essentially is like, all this stuff is now collectibles. So you can kind of just run with it and hold on to it and see where it's going to be in a couple of years,
Yeah, I'm looking up. I actually, out of curiosity, just looked up my Slave Leia on eBay, and
yeah,
the buy it now option, the lowest one I see is it's actually come down a little bit since last time I looked, about $100 less than last time. But there's also other ones on here for like $1,200, $1,400. So it's probably just a timing issue on who's listing it and what they need.
Yeah, exactly. And the time, everybody's struggling. Nobody's going to want to spend $800 on something.
That's true.
So that always fluctuate as well. So, but that's, I didn't
buy it for that purpose, so it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of cool to know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always something where like it happens, like fuck yeah, that was nice, happenstance.
Little things.
But anyway, so let's move on. We've talked on, we had a lot going on for this episode, so let's move on to DNA with Q&A.
Other way around.
Or Q&A with DNA.
With DNA.
Dude, it has been such a long week, man. I am ready to watch The Circle.
Oh my god. You're obsessed with garbage.
Oh man. All right, man. So you want to go ahead and read off your question?
Oh, you want me to go first this week?
Yeah, go first, man.
All right. Mr. Bond. Which piece of land would you choose to preserve forever?
None of it. No, I'm kidding. I would like to preserve the Amazon.
That is a very large piece of land, but piece of land nonetheless.
Well, yeah. We need, I would actually like to preserve a lot more, but I think the Amazon is something that we're starting to fuck up, and at a certain point it's going to be beyond repair. So if we could, tone down the parasite instincts a little bit, start working on, saving the place that we fucking live. And, you know what I mean? Like we're treating this place the way we treat Earth is like we're setting our house on fire, and then we're sitting there.
This is fine.
The house isn't on fire. Yeah, this is fine. The house isn't on fire. You guys don't know what you're talking about. This house will be here forever, as it's completely engulfed in flames. So, we got to think about that kind of shit. So I would preserve the Amazon.
Pretty good choice. I can't say, I'm not even sure mine would be different. Like, obviously, you could say things like Grand Canyon or the Denali Wilderness. So most of Alaska. And
if I had the power to do so, I would, try to protect like Antarctica and all that shit, because it's becoming smaller and smaller, and then we're actually losing a lot of wildlife and shit up there too, like the polar bears and all that. Like, it's heartbreaking for me. So I would like to preserve that, but that's a little bit harder to preserve because we have to do a lot more than just not cut down trees in a certain area, unfortunately.
Yeah. So. Well, that was a bummer of a question.
Now, all right, Dan, this actually is funny that your question is going to follow something up like that.
All right, let's hear it. Let's do it.
Mr. Singleton.
Yes, sir.
Would you prefer money for a housekeeper, a cook, a gardener, or a personal secretary?
Oh, housekeeper. Easy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I fucking hate cleaning. I may not be good at like cooking, but I kind of enjoy it. Even if I'm not the best at it. And Well, like what were the other options? There was a personal secretary. What would I need a personal secretary
Yeah,
for?
we got a housekeeper, a cook, a gardener, or a personal secretary.
Yeah, it would still be for sure a housekeeper because I hate cleaning. I, why would I want to do the dishes? I do the dishes because I have to.
Right.
Why would I want to do them?
Yeah.
Gardening, like I have artificial turf. We put in artificial turf in the backyard for the sole purpose of it being low maintenance. So I don't need a gardener. What am I going to do with a personal secretary? I'm not famous. I'm not rich. So like I can handle all my own personal planning. And like I said about cooking, I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. So yeah, housekeeper all the way.
Yeah, I would agree with the housekeeping. Just because it is I hate it.
It's constant and never ending.
Yeah.
Like if you need to do yard work, that's a Saturday. It's one
right.
day.
And then you're good for 2 to 3 weeks.
It's not every day of everything. Like every surface needs to be dusted. Every piece of laundry needs to be cleaned. Every dish needs to be rinsed and put in the dishwasher. Like, hard pass if I could.
Yeah. Clean those Duke stains out of the toilet bowls, I get it, man. Nobody wants to do it.
I know nobody listening can see me, but I'm not a unhairy man. I'm a very hairy guy. And I shed like a fucking dog. So if somebody would...
Some have confused you out in the woods chopping down trees as Bigfoot,
Not that much of an exaggeration, honestly. Which is, it's ironic. Like I have my arms, my chest, my back. It's fucking covered in hair. Big ass bald spot forming on the top of my head. Getting old sucks. So, yeah, housekeeper.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's get out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Jabberbox episode 14. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that we post almost each and every week about whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, please head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital, where you can write in and be part of the show and get the episodes early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, that is just dandy with us. Please find us and subscribe to us over on YouTube or any of the podcast services and rate us to help us grow the show into something bigger and better. Until next time, see you on the circle.